Hi, my name is Wudang Funk and I am a Wudang monk. I recently made a video for the 8 Pieces of Brocade, and you should definitely watch that one before this one. I would encourage you to spend some time working on that before adding this. However, know that if you add this component of the Wudang method to your practice, that it will accelerate your progress with the 8 Pieces of Brocade, because you will be working your hips and your body from different angles, right? So there are many ways that we can divide up the Wudang method. The 8 Pieces of Brocade is the most central part of it, right? And so that is where we began, right? Some people choose to work on 1 or 2 or 3 pieces of brocade, and that is an okay approach too. You want to make sure that you at least include the first piece, and you at least include holding the post as well, right? But right now what we're going to do is we're going to do the 8 pieces of brocade through the bow and arrow stance. This is sort of your standard fighting stance, and we're going to do it with our weight forward and with our weight back. You don't want to overdo it. We're just going to do a small amount of it, but you should learn the 8 pieces of brocade first so that you're not questioning what you're doing while you're doing this, where we're going to flow a little bit more with it instead of stopping in between. This is one approach. There are many different approaches. Remember that it is an art form, but first and foremost I need to show you the way that your feet are arranged, and then your structure on top of that. You stack holding the post in the same way that you did in the stance that we were in the initial version of the 8 pieces of brocade, but you're going to stack yourself according to your feet in this stance now, which has one foot ahead of the other. So here, I want you to look deeply into my feet. I'm going to turn the camera a little bit so that you can see more clearly. Okay, so in 8 pieces of brocade, we were thinking like your feet are roughly under your shoulders, turned forward, right? And you're thinking like, depending on how your hips are, they might be turned in or out a little bit. And that is different, subjective, person to person, right? So in this case, I want you to think like you have about 1 foot length to the side and 3 foot lengths forward. Not 1 foot, but one of your feet. Here, let me scoot back a little bit so that you can see. Just like that. So if I were on the other side, it would look like this. It does not have to be exact. It can be approximate, and it's proportionate, right? So you can do it smaller or you can do it bigger, right? So I could shrink it and it's proportionately the same, or I could do it really big and it's proportionately the same. Does that make sense? But we're gonna do it about medium, right? And at first you might measure it out with your feet like the way that I just showed, but eventually you should be comfortable just landing at it. Does that make sense? All right. So what I want you to do is get into the stance. And then I want you to, here, let me scoot back a little bit so you can see. Then I want you to keep your posture upright, and I want you to keep your knees a little bit bent, but not too much. And I want you to shift your weight forward and back a little bit. This helps you feel the stance, and this helps you feel your weight under the ground. Now, I want you to put your weight about 70% forward. Does not have to be exact. It could be a little bit more or less, right? About 70% forward. And then I want you to do the same thing we did in holding the post. So stack your weight under the ground so that it's balanced. Balance your feet according to that. Then balance your ankles, balance your knees, balance your hips. Have your spine straight, shoulders down, eyes forward. Hold the post. We're going to do it for 3 breaths. You can adjust more if you need to. Now we're going to do 3 breaths of each piece of the brocade, or 3 repetitions of each piece of the brocade, because some of them you do on 2 sides, while maintaining this and while maintaining your posture from here. Ready? Press the sky. Breathe in. Breathe out. Get back down. Turn to gaze over shoulder. Breathe out. In. Out. In. Celestial dragon flies from heaven to earth. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bend the bow. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Turn the heart's wheel. Breathe in. Breathe out. In. Out. Lifting rocks. Breathe in. Breathe out. Pound the drum. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. I'm showing a couple different ways of doing it. Here, this is an aid in thinking about rooting. Here, I still focus through my leg the same way. Crap, I lost count. Whatever. Crane shakes its wings. In this case, keep your feet rooted to the ground and drill your feet into the ground. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax with your breath. Breathe with your motion. Stack yourself again. Balance your weight under the ground. Balance your feet, ankles, knees, hips along your spine and up, shoulder blades. Relax. Breathe for 3 breaths. Now, shift your weight back and forth a couple times. That'll help you loosen up a little bit too. Now settle your weight about 70% back. It does not have to be exact. Stack your weight from the bottom up. Weight under the ground, feet, ankles, knees, hips, along the spine, shoulders. Hold the pose for 3 breaths. Now, use listening for 3 breaths. Use spiraling for 3 breaths. Compression. Differentiation. Turning. spinning. Pounding. Twisting. Hold the post. Practice balance. You have to stack yourself first. Now, take a moment to stand. I've been to yoga classes where they do this. Feel the imbalance in your body for a moment. Take a moment to just feel what that feels like. Okay, now let's fix it. Get into your stance on the other side. Now I'm doing my left foot forward. I usually start with my right foot forward. Here, let me scoot back a little bit. I usually start with my right foot forward because that is considered southpaw. So I train the habit of being in the southpaw stance first, not because I'm southpaw, I'm right-handed, but then that way people will be caught off guard or expect you to be southpaw. But in Wudang, you should be able to have either foot forward. It doesn't matter. Now, stack your balance from the bottom up with your weight about 70% forward. So take careful time for the under the ground, your weight, your feet, ankles. Use your sense of touch to feel them. Your knees, your hips. Tailbone points down along the spine, straightens up, shoulders down, hold the post. Breathe in, feel the sky press you down. Breathe out, feel the earth press you up. Breathe out, spiral up. Focus on the spiral around you. Breathe in, spiral down. Like there's a spiral around you drilling into the ground. And then the opposite way coming back. Breathe in, the pillar of light compresses. Breathe out, the pillar of light expands. Breathe out, double yin. Breathe in, yang. Breathe out, yin. Breathe in, yang. Breathe out, yin. Warm and bright, cool and dark. Focus on a great wheel like a kaleidoscope around your heart. Breathe in, breathe out. It turns both directions at once and extends under the ground underneath you and above you as well. Focus like a spinning wheel. Breathe in, breathe out. Like a yin-yang spinning wheel. Focus on waves rippling in as you breathe in, waves rippling down and out in all directions as you breathe out. And then they ripple in as you breathe in, like striking a gong, but also like a tree digging in its roots. And then pulling back in the nutrients, so there's an exchange. Breathe in, light coils around the three bows. Breathe out. It goes the other way. Breathe in, breathe out, like a crane spreading its wings and flapping them. Balance yourself. Weight under the ground. Feet, ankles, knees, hips, tailbone, along the spine, head, shoulder blades, all balanced. Give careful attention to each layer. Shift your weight back and forth a little bit. Put your weight about 70% back. Stack yourself again from under the ground, feet, ankles, knees, hips, tailbone, along the spine, including the middle, head, shoulder blades. Practice balance with your joints. Breathe in, open your hips. Breathe out, allow them to relax back. Not backwards behind you, but breathe in, open, breathe out, close. Get low. Breathe out, screw up out of the ground. Turn from the base of your spine. Breathe in, screw down into the ground. Turn from the base of your spine. Breathe out, screw up. Breathe in, screw down. Breathe in, gently compress the spine in a straight line. Breathe out, gently stretch it out. Breathe in, the spine compresses. Breathe out, it expands gently. Relax too. Breathe out. Close the door. Breathe in, open one side. Breathe out, close that side. Breathe in, half your body moves like a hinge, starting from the hips but also the ribs. Breathe out, it hinges back in. Open, like a door. Breathe in, allow the spine to straighten. Breathe out, it bends one way into a C. Breathe in. It straightens. Breathe out. The spine bends the other way, like a C or a parenthesis shape. Shoulders stay down. Breathe in. The spine bends back into a C shape. Breathe out. It bends forward into a C shape. Straightening out at the end of the breath. So I breathe out in the middle of my breath. It's bent. Latte, no burp. And it straightens out at the top and the bottom. Breathe in. Gather your weight. Breathe out. Press down with your weight and equally out. Opposite leg, opposite hand. You can do the same. We do it this way because it's more challenging. While keeping your alignment with all of these. Breathe in. Twist the hips and shoulders gently. Breathe out. Gently release. Breathe in. They twist the other way. Breathe out, they release while keeping your spine straight. Connected by the back. Stack your weight from the bottom up. Feel your weight under the ground, balance it, balance your feet, your ankles, knees, hips, along the spine and shoulders. Now take a moment to feel your balance. Feel that you evened it out. You could do it from holding the post. You could do it from mountain stance. You could do it from Tai Chi posture. Once again, my name is Wudang Funk. I am a Wudang monk. I'm making some martial arts videos and also making some music videos. We've got more martial arts videos to come, and we've got another music video coming out soon. Thank you very much.